All right, welcome back everyone to this next episode. If you watched the last episode, you noticed that it got cut off short again. That's because my OBS crashed again. I did notice this really early, so I didn't really continue, but I did not want to start another stream immediately because I had to go. But we will continue with the stuff that we were dealing with in the last episode. First, we were creating like a fill bar for our charge. So we managed to set up power module before, and the power is now also consumed. It is consumed more when you're moving around or doing certain actions. So we installed a system that we can just do that. And some modules also stop functioning when you're out of power. So before I wanted to move on to the next thing, I wanted to do like a small UI thing, but it's a world space UI. So it's not like a layer on top of the frame. It's like above our robot there will be like a bar showing both by the fill of the bar and the color how much charge we still have, because that's something that we will need to keep in check. Now we were having some issues, mainly like reference objects failing because it didn't find the correct one, but we got up until a point where that was fixed because we needed to add game object in between. So basically, just to show you again how this is set up, we have our device, which has device modules, and our power device module has a child object, which is the fill bar because it's linked to that. Our fill bar has an image, two images, a background image, which in this case is just white, and a fill image, which is, well, currently red, but we will control both the color and the fill of this by the script. So for example, here our device power module has a fill bar. That's the one that we have there. Just got charge fill bar, which we basically start up. We will find it. We're looking for a fill bar as a child. And actually now I do realize that this here, we should really look for charge fill bar, because this is like a name. It's not like a class. This is a specific name, so that if we would add other fill bars, I don't know, like to that fill bar that uses the rate of charging, for example, but that also means that we need to change this charge fill bar. We will make a prefab of this, but the prefab will not need to have charge fill bar. The prefab will be just a fill bar, but the specific instance that we make has to be a fill bar. Okay, meaning, just go back here, so it should find this. Oh yeah, and one of the main reasons why something didn't work is, and I realized that, and I think it just cut off the previous stream, is that I was looking for the fill bar itself here. When starting, it's looking for these child components here, the background and the fill, so that I could just manually assign it to, but I usually prefer to do it by script, so then you can't really forget it. So it looks for child components that are called background and fill, but the reason why it wasn't working is because I had misspelled fill here. It was written FLLL 3 times, and that was why it was given an error here. So right now it is finding all of them, and I think, as far as I know, let's see, the fill, well, let's just set this back because I had found a solution. So right now it looks like this, and if we start, there's no errors. It will work to the extent that the color will be set. Look, so the color is set, and when we move around, up yellow, and red means we don't have any charge. So that's working right now. One thing though, that it's very discrete. I would rather have it a gradient, so I would like to have a gradient, like from more red to more, like from green to red, and not just like red, yellow, green at the borders. But the fill is not working. But so a few things, if you remember, I was asking ChatGPT and it was telling me to set the fill, some kind of a type to fill and then horizontal, and I didn't find this, like it's not showing up here. I looked it up, and the reason is because I didn't provide an image. So I have an image, but I'm not providing an image, so that's not working. So if I would provide an image, let's take this running image. Now I can actually say image type filled, fill method horizontal, origin left. And now this should work. The only problem is no problem. Oh, sorry, I have to again stop my play button again, because now again the sprite didn't actually do anything. So again, let's add the Roomba like this. There you go. So now it should work. The only problem is now I have to use an image, and I was thinking like I don't actually want to use an image. I just want like, so this should kind of work. You see, there you go. See, the fill is now working. So I have to provide an image. See, if I don't do anything, it's also slowly losing the fill. But I was like, I don't know, do I really have to like make an image of a white square? Because you can control the color. And to quickly go back to the chat here, what I asked Copilot, so Copilot was explaining to me that if you use color here and you set it, it basically adds it to the already existing color. So if you want the color that you're programmatically setting to be the actual color, you need a white sprite basically, because it's white plus the color is the color. If you use any other colors, it will do like additive coloring. So we need like a white square. But I was asking ChatGPT like, do I actually need to? It actually gave me an option that to create a white square sprite by code, and that's actually nice, because then I don't need to make like a white square asset, because it sounds a bit silly to me. I don't know if that's the best thing to do, but so if you just want a square, so we just need to replace this with a white square as a white sprite, and then it should work. So if you just want a square with a solid color, you can use a sprite with a solid color instead of an image. Here's how you can do it. Although I'm actually wondering, aren't there like sprites in here? Here 2D sprites? Wait a minute. Because if you do this, like create 2D object sprite square, there's like a square sprite. So actually, just realized this. But why can't I select it from there? That's the question, is because sprites tests. Where is this? Where is this sprite? That's what I want to know. Square. Is it in assets? Yes. But how do I? That's the thing though. If I go here and I select here, I can't find it. The question is, why can't I find? Wait. Scene? No. Square. Oh, well, actually, I'm here now. Oh, okay, perfect. So actually, now all I need to do is go to fill. Go here. Yes, that works. Okay, my other option was here to make a sprite, because apparently you can like make a sprite here with color white by code. But now that I can just use these so let's remember this folder actually. 2D sprites, editor, object menu creation, default asset textures, v2, and then there's a few shapes here. And actually now I think it should work. Let's just quickly test it. Yes, look, it's going down, and if I move it goes down faster. Oh, there's still this weird thing with the rotation, and now it's empty, and now I can't move anymore. All right, great, so that's working. The only thing I want to change, well, let's remove some of this bugging code. Do I still all need this? I don't need this anymore because it's been set now. Fill amount 1, color white, yes, fine. Actually, not even necessary. It's like more of a backup though, but I'll leave it there because this is the default. And then fill amount, so all that code is fine. But where I'm actually setting the color here, I don't want to just set it red, green, and yellow. Let's see if I can change this. So I will remove this code and I'll add something to comment. But I want it to be a gradient of red to green. Let's see if it can. No. Like the amount of greenness is proportional to the charge. Let's see. Okay, I want the color of the fill bar to be a gradient between red and green. There must be like a gradient class. Looking here, but how does it know that it's does it say red and green? Oh, so I don't actually. So will they charge var gradient equals new gradient? Can I not like set it? Yeah, so they did it automatically. Color keys. Red, yellow, sure. So we set it. And now we do fill amount. Oh yeah, because I need to, yeah, okay, I need to actually store it first because I need it both for fill amount. Let's just go for charge. Oh no, let's say fill amount. Let's keep it like that. Fill amount. Set fill amount. This. Yes, and then set fill. There you go. Yes, and it actually also auto completed this. Let's see if this works. So we create. So what we did. Well, actually, what Copilot did is made a gradient that is between basically red, yellow, and green from 0 to 50. That's a gradient. That's like behind the scenes, and then I can here make a color. So this charge bar gradient evaluates. That returns a color apparently, so that's good. So evaluates, and then with a certain returns a color, and then that's setting the color. All right, let's go. Clear. Okay. Yes, amazing. Look at that, and it's gone. Perfect. Cool. That's working. That was fast actually. Most of the bugs were really stupid bugs. Otherwise, it did a good job. So that's working. There's one thing I maybe want to try. I don't know if it will work. So we have this one here in our UI. I'm wondering if I want to put a little icon here to know that that's actually about my charge. That's one thing. But I also want to see, because if you remember from the previous episodes, I made this battery and it has a transparent part here. So actually, let me just quickly, if I move this, the power module, if I, let's see, order and layer, this is in front of player. Yes, let's put this at 2 and then this at 1. This should now be behind. No? Okay. These don't have... Do they not have a sorting layer? Oh, but it's on a different layer. Wow. Okay, so charge fill bar has to be on the player. There you go. So now it's behind. So these are on the player level. Oh, but they're in 6. So this has to be at 5. Yeah, there you go. See, now it's behind this. So if let's copy this one. Actually, let's make a prefab first. Prefabs. This is like, it's not any of these things. I will make like a new folder for like UI, I guess. And put this here. I'll also update the module. Can I update the module? Overrides. No, it doesn't override. But this should override. Oh, but it's a, yeah, okay, it's a prefab and a prefab, so that doesn't work. Right, so I want to copy this, duplicate. I'm gonna call this one charge fill bar. Oh, charge fill bar, charge fill bar. Large. No, what would you call that? So I'm making distinction between the fill bar on the robot here and a fill bar that's on top. Well, let's call that one top. We need to check one thing though, because now part of our code won't work anymore. Attached. No, on sprite. So there's a few things. The fill bar. If I now go to device polybar, we will have to have 2 of them. Charge fill bar top and bottom, which is not bottom, but it's on sprite. On world, let's call it like that, on world and on sprite. So charge fill bar on above, charge fill bar on world, and then we find the other one. There you go. Let's copy paste this such that we don't make mistakes. Rename, there you go, on world, on sprite, so we have both of them. We don't need to do this anymore. Then where is this update? Yeah, there you go. On world. And actually, I just want to do both. There you go. They're all both the same. Charge. There you go. So this is duplicate code, I would say, so we'll maybe fix that later. Now I have both of these bars, but one of them, namely the one on the sprite, I want to move it behind this thing. Oh, it's again. Oh, no. I need to. Wait, what? Oh, it's in the middle of the power module. Yeah. I understand. So. Oh, but is that really how that works? I don't like that. Like I'm doing something with the frame, but only the frame is getting smaller. I have to like... Okay, I'm gonna ask. I have... Actually, First I'm gonna ask, why is this canvas for? Why do I need a canvas for this? Because I don't know why that is. Game object that adds a container for UI elements. It's used to define the area for laying or running UI. In your case, the fill bar are likely UI elements that are used to visually represent the charge level. Okay, so now when I scale the canvas, so it's saying the canvas is required in order to host these images as children. So okay, we'll take it. But so now when I scale the canvas, the children are not scaling. I want the children to scale with the canvas. See, I don't know enough about canvases in UI. Their parent depends on setting in the canvas scaler component attached to the canvas. So is there a canvas scaler? Canvas scaler. Oh, there it is. Select the canvas in the hierarchy. Inspector scale component. Set the UI scale mode to scale with screen size. There's no such thing. Oh, that's because it's in the world. Is set to world and I can't change it. It's a world space. It doesn't automatically scale with the screen size. That's fine, that's not what I'm asking for. Has a fixed size and position in the world, so you can control the size and use a transfer accordingly. I have to do something with these anchors. Oh, and there are the anchors. Can I just take these and do something with them? Does that work? I'm just pulling these things apart, edge to edge. Are you kidding me? Wow. That was very intuitive because you see those things and you're like, okay, currently it's not taking into account, and then so actually I do want to override this because this one also should. All right, so you want one on the top. There you go. And then I want one that I can scale. You need to think because it's going from left to right, so I'm gonna rotate it 90 degrees. Where's the rotate? Here you go. 90. Right, I think we already positioned it in a way. Yeah, there you go. That's what I want. Amazing. That's cool. Where do we get? Oh, there. That's amazing. That's cool. It's just a bit too small, I think. That's why I think we definitely need the one on the top here. But it's a nice effect to have, I think, that you can also see it on here. And then next time I want to put one here for the dust. This is how much dust you've collected, which is pretty cool because I have a preview for this now. I can just use this for so many different things in the game. Right. And so the point is, like, here it's clear it's on my battery, so I know what this is about. This one, I don't know what it is about because it's just sitting there. It might as well be the health bar, which it is not. Actually, maybe do want to make it a little bit thinner. It looks nicer if it's nice and thin. I don't know if you can. Well, that's the thing though. Like, if I want to actually have more styling on it, I think that's when you really want to make your sprites. Let's just check if this works, because then I want to adjust the code because I now have duplicate code. Yeah, cool. Look at that. My battery drains very fast though, and you can fix that later. But it works. That's cool. Right. Is there a way to simplify our code here before there's one more thing I want to do is add an icon to the bar, because I think we're gonna have at least 3 of those bars: power, dust, and then health maybe. Like, because I think yeah, I think I want to implement also damage, because if things are broken, they don't work anymore. So there's going to be like 3 bars on top of each other. So they need to have some kind of icon so that you know what it's about. But let's just quickly check here. Update char fill bar. Should I guess what I can do is let's give an argument, fillbar, and then say like that, kind of, and then like this. So then, okay, we kind of removed some code, but now this is like duplicated. I guess it's fine. Although I'm calculating something like 2 times here. So actually, I'm gonna make another function, private void update charge fill bars, which is void. There you go. That way this in my update charge remains simple. And then I do want to say all I need is current charge, right? Yes, exactly. Load fill amount, and then I should be able to translate all of these, copy paste, and this, there you go. So then this, otherwise this is being calculated like literally 4 times. I do need to add current charge, there you go. And now we have things more separated in different functions, so that's nice. I like that. I like making small functions, because it makes things way more easy to follow. Update charge, and actually, yeah, no, I mentioned this before, because I put this function here, but I think they need to be updated when I'm updating the charge anyways. You could even actually say that, like, to put this function here, because what's the point of updating the total power draw if I'm not gonna actually do something with that? And that makes our update function a bit cleaner, like update charge, and that involves 3 steps. Again, I'm not sure. Let's just double check if all of this works, because then we can maybe commit this. Because the next thing is just adding an icon, which is just style. So feature wise, I would say everything's working. The organization of those things here is also not really ideal, but let's just see. There you go. That works. Nice. It's amazing. I'm sorry, I always say like it's amazing. It's not like it's super amazing, but to me it is, because this is like, it's really fun. I enjoy this even more than front-end web development, for sure. It's much cooler, at least to me. All right, so one issue still here. We have this thingy that means that there's changes to this that have not been overwritten on the prefab, but I think again we will have to open this isolation. No. Overrides? No. I cannot override this. Why? Oh. Hmm? Why is this not working? It's just smaller, but otherwise it's the exact same type of component. Why can I not make... No, because the thing is, if I do this, this doesn't have those children. They should have. Alright, I think the only thing I can do is just completely unpack it. Yes, so I have to... This is so weird. Alright, unpack completely. Now go back. Right. Oh, I can remove this because nobody's using this. And now let's do it like... Children of a prefab instance cannot be moved, but I'm not moving anything. Oh, okay, sorry. But again, why is this not working? Okay, I'm gonna have to take that thing out of there. This is so weird. What? There's a few things that are still wrong here, like the location of this is not really correctly determined, because if this thing was like tall, it would be completely in the wrong position, so you would have to move it around for every different machine you have. I hope there's like a better way, like to calculate the height of the robot and then put it like a few units above that. But again, I'm just baffled by why it's not working here. Let's remove this again. No, sorry, because I didn't unpack it. Prefab, open in isolation. Wait, can I open it in context? Does that change things? What is that? What's the difference? That maybe... No, doesn't change it anyway. Square can go. Unpack completely. Take it out. Okay, let's duplicate it then. Can I duplicate it and then move it out? Yes, that's what I maybe wanted. You can delete this. Why is this possible and the other thing wasn't possible? I don't have no one. I don't understand it. Right, let's rename this. So these are the moments when you think you have no idea what you're doing. Anyways, it's fine. Does this work? Yes. Why does that work? I have no fucking clue. Sorry. Now we can override it and suddenly this works. I don't know why. I have no idea why this works. Alright, anyways. Oh, there's still something wrong because these are now, where are they? On the world is there, on the sprite is where? Where is it? Let's put it at 0. 0. Oh, just had to put it on 0, 0. That's strange. No, not 0. I keep forgetting. Just somewhere. Great. I will open Illustrator because I want to make an icon for power, which is probably just going to be a lightning icon. So, but I want to test that anyway. Because then I'm sure I can use it. Although I also know this website like games icons. I think you can use that stuff. Let's also quickly load that. Gameicons.net or something. Yeah, there you go. It's a really good resource. Power generator, power lightning. No. What about electricity? Electric. Here, this is good. Yes. Background. What? I want a PNG though. But why is it white? Actually, white is good because then I can make it any color. But the background should be... Okay, let's see what happens if I download this. Because I don't want it to have the black still there. Yeah, this is what I want. Color, nothing. None? Oh, okay. None. That was as simple as that. All right, download it again. Let's go to assets. Assets. Is it a sprite? I guess it is. Electric. So on this UI element, I want to add another image, I guess. It's just another image, right? So UI image. Oof. Why is it so big? Jesus. I feel like it would be best for me to just copy. Well, let's just set the sprite first. This is the wrong sprite, isn't it? Is it still a black background? Yes, I took the wrong one. Delete. Oh, fuck, are you kidding me? Let's delete this. Delete it. Jesus, just delete it. Right, there you go. That makes more sense. Why is it rotated? That's so strange. Right. I need it to be in a higher... Oh. They're all in layer UI, but I can't sort them. There's no sorting here. Am I missing some sort layer? No. Slice, tiled, filled. No. All right. Wait, what? Oh, it's the wrong one. Oh, that's why. That's why. Yeah, it was in the wrong. it's not so obvious though, so maybe it's better to put it in the front. It's very small though. Alright, let's give it what color would pop out way more. Red? It's just too small. Are we really gonna play like this actually? Ooh. Can you put like borders around this? Yeah, it's already a bit strange that we can give it a color, I would say. This is just very small. Again, let's not lose sleep over this, because otherwise it'll take forever. The only other problem is that, yeah, I will leave it black for now, because when it runs out it will be white, so then black on white, that will be better. But now at least we know what it is. That's all I wanted to do. So here I will rename this as electric icon. Maybe we should call it icon electric. There you go. Now, I don't want to actually overwrite this, because if I go to the prefabs UI, I think I should have on sprite and on world two separate prefabs. And the reason is this icon doesn't have to show there. So these are two different things. My question is, why is it actually not oh, it still has these tags, by the way. These tags can be removed. Right. Back to prefabs UI. I will yeah, I understand somewhat. Make an original one, same one here, original, and then I'll remove this one. Should be fine. There you go. So now I have two types of fill bars. Ones with icons for real world, and ones that I can put anywhere near a sprite. That's fine. And I still have a bit of logs here. So yeah, we don't need Illustrator for now. Let's just quickly, before I commit to this, go through my debug logs, because there's quite a bit of them that are doing stuff that are not necessary. Powering up device, also not really needed. Initializing, yeah, that's still useful, I guess. Is it? Maybe. Just the ones that update are annoying. So let's keep that one. Move power row. Get rid of that, because we know it works. Find controllable proxies, that's fine, because that's just a one-time thing. Well, that's the one that was being spammed here anyway, the one I just removed. So that's fine. All right, we got it. Okay, great. Let's just commit this and have a look at our to-do list. This is a feature for sure. It's again in the scope of power. What did we do actually? We added these bars, but is that, what was the previous commit? Variable power consumption. Okay, so all we did now is add charge bars above device and inside device. That's pretty cool. Let's commit, sync. I'm happy with that. Now let's go to our list of things. List of things. Are we still not crashed? Okay, great. So again, gameicons.net, and as far as I know, there are, I think, don't quote me on this, but they are actually, you can use them for commercial projects. FAQ, let's see. Are the icons royalty free? Provided on the CC BY license, which means that you can use them freely in your projects as long as you credit back the authors. Okay, that's important to remember. Now, it's very likely that I won't keep these icons. So, but it's important that we, in the end, that if we use them, we need to credit these people or this website under the authors. So we need to find out that. But again, it's very likely that we will have our own icons that are styled to the genre of the game or the style of the game. But it's an amazing resource again for prototyping. I used this website a lot for was working on like a board game concept, and I used it like a lot there. But it's equally useful for video games apparently, so that's pretty cool. What is this plus mean? Like, it's always because I don't understand why I can't. The problem is that the on world one, let's just quickly drag and drop it. See, it doesn't have this. And I want to just override things. Do I need to again? Okay, let's go to the Roomba. We need to override this anyway. Yes, there you go. Oh, that's why. No, see, because the icon is still not on that prefab. I think I will need to go in this prefab. Yeah, I will need to go in this prefab. Quite annoying. Can I double click this? Does that work? No. See, this is so strange. It's not there, and I can't seem to save this into my prefab. Let's just see if ChatGPT knows why that is the case. In Unity, I added child object to a parent prefab object, but I can't seem to save the parent prefab, but I can't seem to override parent prefab, whereby this new child object is part of the prefab. That's the correct explanation. You need to make sure to override the prefab instance properly. Here are steps to ensure your changes are saved to prefab. Open the prefab in prefab mode. Double click the prefab in the project window. Oh, that's here. Oh, damn it. Yeah, that's a bit annoying. I'm just gonna move this over here because in prefab mode. Okay, so that's okay. So I need to just stop doing this. So I can wait. This is this is not a prefab. So let's move it outside of all of this. Wait. Let's go here. What did I do? Oh no. What did I do? Oh, there it is. So let's move it out. Yeah, that's fine. Let's just move it out. Go back. Can I move it out now? Icon electric. Oh, let's just make a prefab out of this. I'll delete it. Go back. If I want to, I need to just do it like this. I need to open it in isolation, then add this as a child. I will unpack it because I didn't really want to make a prefab out of it, right? And then go back. And now this should now be part of the prefab. Let's check if that's the case. So let's go to UI on world. Come on. Yes. Okay. So that's the way I need to do it. So when you edit prefabs, normally you can just do it here without isolating them when it's stuff in the inspector, apparently. But if you're adding children to it, you need to do it in isolation mode or it will not consider it as a new thing to the prefab because you can't save it. So that I need to remember that. Great. Oh, the icon is obviously, yeah, so that's the thing. It's completely not where I want it to be. And this is just moving things. Do I again need to really do that in isolation? So then I go to prefabs, device module, power module, there you go. Oh, this isn't even saved. Having the wider crazy. Right, one more test and then I'll save the scene and then we can move on to our next to-do list. We could check how long have I been streaming currently. Oh, there. 50 minutes. Okay, we can. Oh, there you go. So that's working. Boop, boop, boop. All right. One thing I will change though is on the power module, get bigger battery. No, sorry. Let's just moving shouldn't take as much power. Let's go to the locomotion, and then the move power dropper 4 should be much less. Like even I think 0.5 is even way too much. Can I edit that here? Should, yes. So let's just show the locomotion. See, that's the downside of using serialized fields though. Like it doesn't change when you put it in the code. You would have to do it on the start function or somewhere else. Right, let's see. Is this reasonable? Yeah, I would say this is reasonable for testing purposes. I think for the game this is still way too fast, but I also don't want to. So now I can at least move around a little. I can see it going down. If I stop at less, and then at some point I will need to reach the charger. These seams are not perfect at all, so I don't know how we can fix that later, but it's the least of our worries right now. Great. Save the scene. I added the icon, so I'll also commit this. I will commit it under style because I didn't really change anything. So style, go power, I guess. Added power icon to charge bar. What else did I do? And updated prefabs. I think that's something I did, yeah. Good. There we go. Great, let's go to our list here. Add power charge bar EUR. Yes, we did. Great, another checkbox. Now we need to add a second type of device, and actually this is cool because we're gonna have to make some new art here because we're gonna make a new device. So we're gonna copy our Roomba. We're gonna make a device which is a charging station, which doesn't have a locomotion module, for example, but we can take control of it, even though right now I don't really see what that would serve to do. But so any device that I will make that has a function has to be a device with modules, and that module will also have the power module because it's a charger is also kind of like well, I don't know if that's always the case. Like a battery, it has a certain amount of power stored, although I think it probably draws it like from the grid, which is somewhat of a, let's say, an infinite source power, at least in the game. But we'll just make a toggle like this doesn't have, the storage is infinite, for example, and then your charge devices had infinite power storage, although that's not really true because we will need to make sure it is powered. But anyways, let's go. So next up, charging devices, and that's before we go on to move on to distribution manager. Wonder if you should do the power generator also first, because it's getting stuff with power. Although the power generator requires, you know, the dust to really generate, but we could probably make half of the code and put some placeholders. Yeah, we'll see. This shouldn't be white, actually. This should be white. Just because the white, yeah, like this. There we go. Let's save the scene. Alright, making progress. I think we're halfway to like having a full game loop where there's like something to do continuously, basically. That's cool. What do we need to do? Let's also get rid of that yes thing, because that was just to see if we could take control. Let's duplicate this one. Let's call it charger. Now a charger, let's move it up a little bit. Let's move it here. There's a few things that the charger doesn't need. First of all, it doesn't need a locomotion. Does it need a network? Not really, not right now. It doesn't even need a computer, actually. 'Cause you could also say we don't need to take control of it, but it doesn't necessarily need a computer. But it does need a power module. And now is the question, like, because I mentioned before, should we make another module for power transfer, which is what charging is, so it's basically transferring, or should we just include it in the power module? I'll start off by putting it in the power module, because a lot of the stuff that you need to edit are there anyway. And if the script does not become too big, then that's fine. This is also the first time where we will need to work with like colliders. So I'm also just gonna quickly go back into our Unity course where I've already learned to work with colliders. So you kind of make, and then you can see here on collision enter. But collision is physics. So actually here in this case, it's not physics because we don't want to bump into our charger. There's another thing called snowboarder. I think it's called triggering. Can I search for stuff here? On trigger, there you go. On trigger enter. So this is the thing. Didn't we already? No, I don't think so. So, but let's just first go to Adobe and let's generate the sprite for for a charger. We already have a sprite for our power generator. So let's continue. So again, because we have match active artboard style on, it will keep on using the same art style, which is nice. Actually, is there something here that we maybe might already just readily use? Like this box here. And that thing looks like it looks like it. We could use this though. We could use this as a gauge for the charger. It's just that like it's again with the perspective, but maybe that gives a nice, or maybe one of these things, which is just basically a big battery. Could we use this as a charging station? Well, let's okay. Cyber sci-fi charging station slash platform where a Roomba could charge to the side. Let's see. Oh, we didn't recognize your prompt. Please try it. So this is not clear enough. Made a lot of type. Charging station platform. Or electric vehicles, maybe? Steam from the side to the. Let's see if this is better. Yeah, seems so. It's generating something. Oh, okay. I selected this, so it might actually make it off of this as it's. But anyways, we'll see. Oh yeah, it's already looking nice. It looks like, yeah, it definitely looks like a charging station. It's just, again, it's always a bit tricky to get a good side view that doesn't have any perspective. Which I'm wondering if that's really necessary, because maybe that will make our world look less flat than it does now. In that case, I would go for this one. This one is a bit big, a little bit more elegant, and we could use this entire thing as the gauge. So we'll remove this whole thing here. There you go. We can put that as the power source. So we also need, oh, keep track of that. Because again, like I'm saying, this charger is just a big battery. Because I think a lot of chargers, do they have actually charge stored? I guess they do, because they can't like immediately get that from the grid. In any case, I'll consider it like this. We have a big battery where you can charge from. So we'll keep it like this. For the other modules that are required on this thing, like the computer network, we'll just use the same art. We don't need to exchange that, and it will just be like charger. And actually, I was wondering, we could no, let's not make it overcomplicated. I was thinking, should I make two different arts, one for the power storage and one for the charger? But it's fine, because we were planning to keep everything in the one and the same script anyway. Right, export, clear selection. Just select this one. It should. No, this will not go to the correct one. Assets, sprites. Yes. Export. Let's go to assets, sprites, 1x should now have it. There we are. Yeah, don't worry. So the power module, wait, is it charger? Oh. What? Order and layer. Well, so first of all, it needs to be in the player. There we are. Okay. Let's just, oops. So that's what I'm saying. Because of the perspective, it kind of doesn't fit. But that's not really a big deal, is it? I will prompt it again. See if it comes up with a flatter version. Right, so that's not really what I wanted though, because I need to add it to the charger. There we go. Then the computer module, we can just put it wherever, like on top here. Network module, same, just put it on top. This is, of course, obviously very ugly. It didn't do a better job here in the meantime. It's still very much from perspective views. No perspective. I don't know if that will work. I mean, in other cases it does a great job, so I also don't know why sometimes it doesn't do it well. Oh, I need to adjust the physics. It still has the collider. So it also has this small battery module. Oh, no, sorry. No, let's just continue. Not that important. I was just thinking of making this like the sprite for the power module. Just because otherwise I could also just actually just have the power module not have a sprite at all. Because I don't think it's actually necessary. And then the world one goes on top. Can I quickly move all of this into frame, because on the top I can't see it? Yeah, there you go. We should definitely reset this. Rigid body TD reset. Polygon collider TD reset. Yeah, there we go. Makes more sense. What is this then? It still has like why are these lines here of that thing? Because that thing doesn't exist anymore as far as wait, I think I can like hide things. No, can I not? So the one on sprite should just be like all up here. But that's what I'm saying is now a bit the problem. I'm gonna have to do weird things with right. with the sorting layers. While maybe this is just a better way. So this would be again charger power, whatever, doesn't really matter what I call it. Object, artboards, fit the selected art, export it, go. I'll export both, by the way, because yes, replace. Yes. So power module, this is your sprite now. You can like fit it on there, and now this thing is more properly hidden. So that works better. This kind of needs to fit. Doesn't have to be perfect, but there you go. Network, go on top. Computer doesn't fit there at all, so let's put it there. I think it's better. Network might actually fit there better. Maybe we should flip it. Can you flip things? Like, I mean, mirror. I guess scale -1, is that what it would do? Yeah. Because it fits a little bit better on that side, I guess. Oh, it's still stupid, but that's not the point. Right, on the world, we can put it on top here, so that's fine. We don't need to be able to take control of it, but I can still remove these two if I need to, because they don't serve any function right now. Although I guess it's like at some point you could take control of the charger and do something there, like disable it or whatever. Yes, it is part of the network. Okay, that makes more sense now. But there was still something wrong here. Why is this line here? Why does it still think that the Roomba sprite is there? Oh, okay, because I didn't reset it. Yeah. No? Let's reset all of them just to be sure. Computer, reset. Oh no, if I say reset, it also doesn't. Oof, that was bad. Sorry, didn't mean to do that. I don't understand why these lines are here. Polygon polarity used by composite. Which one is the? This is the composite. Yeah, so don't overwrite these things. So this needs to be a new variant prefab devices. Well, I wouldn't even call it a new. I would say it's an original prefab. Wait, but if I say if it's an original prefab and I make changes in these modules, I don't think it will work then, right? So maybe I should make it a variant. Can I control Z the making of the prefab? No. Right. Oh, I wanted to make it a. I maybe did want to make it a variant. How do I fix this? roof. Can I edit this? Oh, but that's the thing. I don't want to do that, but I still don't understand why this shape is here. Oops, what did I do? Find reference and scene, yeah, fine. How do I get out of this? Oh, okay. Let's not worry about it too much right now, but I still think it's strange that I see this thing. I think it should just be gone. I will quickly go and ask ChatGPT about what the difference is between prefabs and prefab variants. So, what is the difference between prefab finals and variants? Yes, okay. Does not inherit properties from another prefab. Is the root prefab without dependencies, yeah. All the properties from its base prefab. Overridable properties. You can override specific properties and add new components. Yeah, but that's the thing. I want this to be variant, because if I update like the module network, which is exactly the same, it will not do that to this new prefab. Or wait, is it? It does have prefabs itself. Let's keep it in mind. Okay, so let's just quickly test if nothing is really broken. And I also wonder if I will hit this thing or not, which I don't want to. Oh, that thing has gravity and stuff. I'm taking control of it, by the way, now. I can move through it, which is the point, but it's also moves like in between this thing, so that's weird. It's also taking charge, so it's losing charge, so it's working as supposedly. But one thing, I don't want this to be, I think, just do it like this. This just doesn't have to layer default, just like I am, right? Yeah. Why aren't we hitting each other actually? Because we have rigid bodies and colliders. Interesting. Are we on the same layer? Yes, we are. Let's try that again. I'm a bit surprised that we don't bump into each other, because we both have rigid bodies as far as I know. Isn't that the whole point? Oh wait, didn't we set this in? Yeah. We said that we don't want to interact with our own machines. That's true. No, but it says default. So it should work. Locomotion module not found. That's true. It's not that big of a deal though. Oh, sorting layer, player, player. But that's the thing. This thing should be behind the player because it's a thing that we're like we're moving in front of. It's like not in the space of the player. It's like against the wall. So we should definitely be in front of it when we pass it, of the whole thing. But why does it? I think these modules themselves. Also, honestly, I would think that if I say here like you are player, it should do that for all of the children behind player. Also, you are behind player. You are also behind player. This whole thing should be behind player. Even these things. I wish there was a faster way to do this. Oh well. Okay, so that's fine now. We're moving in front of it. That's good. So now we need to basically think about how are we going to transfer charges. So we could say that when one power module collides with another power module, so power modules need to collide. The problem is though is that like this, okay, it's here, so I think they can collide. I was just thinking that maybe sometimes this power module is not necessarily this low, and then you can't really collide. So it might be better to power module. Well, in our case, it's low enough because we can actually touch it. But it also might make sense to basically do it like this, because that's why I also mentioned like platform, because like actually the thing it's charging on is not this, it's like below here. But maybe we can just create like a virtual thing, like here a zone. This is where you can charge, and it's attached to my module power. It's just not part of the sprite or anything. I think that's maybe a good idea. So if you hit any of this zone, because I'm just thinking if this thing sprite was like all the way at the top, then I couldn't collide with it, right? Let's call this, well, charging zone, but let's call it zone for charging, because I'm assuming I will need these kind of things for many other things as well, like for the dust collection it will be similar, or transferring resources. So charging, this thing, what does it have? It needs to have a collider, so I guess the box collider here, it's good enough. There you go. These things, behind, well, wait, for that doesn't really matter. Should also put it behind the player, but I don't know if you can interact with it then. And that's maybe the cool thing, because I can put this on the player level, but it shouldn't have a sprite actually. Can I put this on none again? So actually this sprite renderer is actually useless, so we can remove that. I just need a collider box, that's all I need. Now as far as I remember, but let's go back. to boom, boom, boom. Here. Here. I think collider is not enough.
The console. Let's get started. Okay, let's start this process by adding another game object that we can use as our trigger. So I want you to pause the video and add a box or something rectangular that we can use as a trigger.
Yeah, so we have the trigger here. So we'll say it's a trigger. There you go.
I'll move a little bit above, and I'm going to stretch it a little bit as well. So hit R and stretch it a little bit that way. Change the color so we differentiate it. So clicking on my inspector, you can see that I've closed some things in here, so it remembers I wanted it closed. I'm going to open that up again, the sprite renderer. Click on the white area, change this to a pink.
Yeah, whatever.
Box Collider 2D, as you can see, has taken the exact shape of our object into it. But what if I want to say this is like a start or finish line, or this is some sort of pickup I want to drive over, or some sort of indicator that says that the player passed.
Physics is already working here, and there's not even a rigid body on it. Maybe I don't need rigid bodies.
You see is trigger. By clicking on that, we've now said that we want this collider to be a trigger sort of collider. Normally I wouldn't call it a trigger collider, I'd just call it a trigger, but you can see we've got a collider and we've said that collider is a trigger. Now when I click on play, I'm going to drive my car, and my car is going to pass right over or through and not bumping into it, not getting stopped by it. Now why is it going underneath? Well, we talked about this in the first section of the course. It's because of our layer order. This square is at layer order 0, and our player is also at layer order 0, so it's a little bit random which one's going to be on top, which one's going to be below. I'd like the player to always be on top of these things, so I'm going to change the order in layer for the player, who's in drive to 10. Now when we drive over this, it should drive, and actually you'll see it driving over, there we go, over the object, which is cool. What's the next step? Well, we need to jump into our script, into our collision.cs script. Similarly to the way we said on collision enter, we're going to use a new method, which is on trigger enter.
Right, so the question is, where do we need to do this? So we need, let's go to the code. Not locomotion, our power thing. So our power thing, we're gonna have to make a separate script for this though, because it needs to be attached here. No, we can also say, no, this zone is gonna have to have its own script just to know, and it needs to, this thing has a link to this and to the thing triggering, and then it, maybe I'm gonna start off by keeping it a little bit simpler anyway. And the question is though, because this power module, it has a polygon collider, but it's used by a composite. Oh, but maybe I can just add, oh, I can just probably add a collider here. A second one. Does that work? Where is it? Can I just, oh no. Where is it? See, I can make it, I can change things here. Yeah, see, the collider is now all the way here. When you collide with that thing, it's just a bit accidental because I can't do a second one of these though. It's a bit coincidental. I can add something. I think this will be a mess. Move it again. The problem is that this collider is part of the composite, so I can't use it as trigger. So I think the thing I did before with the zone was maybe a good solution after all, because these things are being used for other things. Wait, empty. Let's go back to charging zone. We add a box collider to D, which is a trigger. We can tag it. Let's just add a tag to it, at least to say that it is a zone. We'll add a script to it. Create script zone charging. Oh yeah, I should rename this then. Zone charging. Yeah. It needs to be attached. It should be a child of that thing. Where is it? Is that the thing? Yeah, there it is. Okay. Alright. Let's... Oh. It's on a very different sorting layer. It's a zone. Fine. It's a trigger. Why can I not? Before I could like make it bigger and everything. Wait. Oh, I can use this. Right. This is the charging zone. We can make it a bit bigger. Yeah, actually, let's make it a bit bigger because maybe other things need to charge here. So this, if I hit that, then okay. Now let's go to the zone charging. So this thing, we can do it from two ways. We can say that if like the player hits the charger and then, oh sorry, the device hits the charger and then the device says, oh, I'll start charging. Or we can do it the other way, that the charger detects the device and then starts charging the device, which I think makes more sense actually. So that's why on trigger enter 2D. Okay, just tell me what the other thing is. Yeah, but who? Yes, entered zone. If other game object is player, it's not true, it needs to be device. Module power. No, because the whole, if you have to match up like read the module powers, that's going to be very difficult. So if the device enters the zone, we will start charging. Player entered the zone. Device entered the zone. Let's say something entered the zone. Device entered the zone. Oh, it already, okay, it's getting the module. If it, that, okay, that did it automatically, but that's not correct though. Then we can say debug, we found something to charge. Device has a power module, and then we would start charging. Well, let's just first check if we can actually hit that. Oh, it's gonna hit it immediately. That's a bit stupid. Locomotion module not found. Wait. Oh, something entered zone. Ah, so that works. Okay. So it good. So that's a good thing. That already works. Now this zone. So this is why maybe this needs to be separate module rather than a zone of the module, because this is basically going to hold references to two things. It's going to hold a reference to its own power module, serialized field, device module power, my device module power, and it's also going to hold reference to, oh, come on, you should know this. Other device module power. Maybe not my though. Let's call it this. This is something that this is something that is used. So this device module power and the other device module power. And then it's going to basically swap out energy, right? By calling some of its methods. Although we could also say that the device that's entering the zone becomes a consumer, just like a module would. And then we don't necessarily need to write new code, but maybe it won't work immediately like that. We'll see. On start, it's gonna be there, right? No, that's not true. It needs to happen again on initialize. Okay, I'm wondering if this is a good way to do it. Zone charging. Let me quickly check again how things are installed, because I changed something there. Initialize module went after. So actually on initialize module, maybe I should make a charging module, which is different from the power module. But that's the thing though, because that thing module has sprites and colliders, which I don't want to use anyway. And I think the concept of zones will be useful in general. Let's go to the power module. How would I charge? Let's just get total power draw, right? So update charge. Yeah, so here we will need to do some charging. So we have total power draw. We need to say total power charge equals 0.0f, and we need setters for that. Public void set total power charge. We will call that from outside, and it will be, we kind of need to repeat everything here. There you go. Power charge per second. Yes, current charge. Plus, minus. Okay, and then we clamp. Oh, when do we clamp it though? No, we clamp it at the end. And we do it in one thing. Plus equals. No. What? Power charge, obviously. Oh, yeah. So we plus equals charge minus the draw. Yeah, so we charge and draw at the same time. Yes, and then we update the fill bars. We could potentially already immediately do this just for the fun of it. Like just we could say here it has we could say device power module dot set total power charge. Let's put it at a higher level. Let's just say 5. And theoretically, this thing should already be charging if it just goes in there. Then I just need to kind of take the link between a thing charging and then it needs to draw. So we need to add a consumer. I think it works because it wasn't really taking a lot of. No. Okay, we need some. On trigger enter, set total power charge. Let's put it to 50 maybe, because just to make sure it works. Let's put some, I don't know if it's necessary, but like mathematically, does this make more sense? Parentheses can be removed, so it shouldn't be a problem. Can you debug me that? Because I want to see it. Yeah, and debug me this. Power drop. Power charge. Jesus, you're stupid. What are you talking about? Alright, let's test it. Right, can I quickly move this because otherwise it's always like directly happening. There we go. Do move slowly sometimes. I think it has to do with. Let's try to hit that thing. Power draw per frame. Oh wait, these are weird numbers. 0. Can you show me that thing? Makes no sense by the way these privates as far as I know, because if you serialize it, there's no point in making it private. debug. Setting, yes, that's another useful debug. Let's close it down. Oh. Ports. Let's play and I'll try to pause as fast as possible. There you go. Power draw is super small. Why is it actually so small? Because it should be like 2 or something. Oh, and also it's showing it for different things, I'm guessing. Which is a kind of a downside now for debugging, because I don't know which thing is saying what. Can I just debug, say updating module name, not module name, plus device. Updating module name, dot name. Don't need the rest though, that's a bit overkill. Why is that practically 0? Zero 0.5, there you go. So it's all 0.5. So it should at least be like 1 or 2 or something. Let's try it again. Updating power module of the charger. Power draw is 6. Why is it so small? I don't understand. I mean, it doesn't have a local motion, but it still has the computer and the network, which both have some idle power. I think something must have happened here with these things. Are they really not taking any charge? Like, are they really not doing power anymore? That would be weird. But it is working. I don't understand what these numbers mean. These numbers make no sense. Per frame? Oh, yeah, okay. Sorry. We need to debug this. That does make sense. Power draw. Sorry. Now power charge. So the net rate, whatever, Just show me what it is. And you can do that like here. Okay, let's try it. Yeah, it is a really small number because it was per frame. And before I wasn't printing per frame. Clear, start. So, can we unpause again? Because I need to drive out of there. Somewhere I just entered this zone. Of course, this is perfect. Frame. Yeah, that's not gonna work, in it. Yeah, I can search for this text here, setting total power charge. Let's check it. Didn't find any of that. Set total power charge. So this is not getting called. Device has power module. Is that ever getting called? No. Device module power. Is that ever getting called? Yes. But then if device power does not equal null, which it doesn't, why is this never called then? Something entered the zone? That was called. The Roomba entered the zone. Device entered the zone. Yes. It even recognizes this. Does it not? Oh, I just Nothing seems to be necessarily broken per se. Pause. No. Yes, he did find it. Then this does not get called. Why? Device module power does not equal null, which it doesn't. Strange. By the way, something is really limiting my Really? No. But I don't understand because it literally prints it out. It's not being null. Oh, no. Other.game object. Oh, wait, but this is wrong. This is wrong. So the game object here is the other, it's the device, and let's find get component. First you need to get device, and then yes, that's why it's wrong. Okay, see, this is what happens if you put like ChatGPT, Copilot does make these kinds of mistakes. But it's a mistake because I had it set up differently than what it would generally think it would be set up. So can you really blame it? Come on. Yes, yes, yes. Did you see charge? Nice. That charged really fast. So you can, there's something wrong with the, like, it's really slow. I think it has something to do with, you see this tilting? I think the friction is really big. Can I change that? Let's go to locomotion. No, it has something to do with the Roomba itself. Here, linear drag is 1. I think if I put this like... No, it doesn't have anything to do with that. Put its mass to like 0.5. Ah, that helps. Ooh. I said it was 2 kilos. Alright, so, oh yeah, of course, it never stopped charging now. So, on enter, there you go, something exited the zone. If the thing that exited zone is a device, then you will set the total power charge back to 0. There you go. And that should take care of stopping and starting charging. What's not happening right now is that the charger itself is losing power because it is charging. But in effect, I don't think we're far out from achieving that, because we would just have to set a certain... Right. Okay, this is ridiculous. So I'm going to change some stuff. I'm going to up the force here. And the locomotion. Force per input, it has to be like 5 times as much at least, right? Which actually won't work if I just set it here. So I also need to put it in the prefab of the locomotion. So if I don't do it, well, no, I can actually do it. It's a good way to test it actually. So actually, yeah, so if I set it here to 50 and then override the prefab, there you go. Let's test it. It should be 5 times more force now. Yeah, this is better. Charge, charge, charge. Dust, 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 dust. We're losing power. Oh, I need to reach the charger in time. Otherwise, there you go. Haha, cool. We're charging and we're done. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Charging, 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 and moving out. Cool. That's what we want. That was relatively simple to implement, other than stupid bugs, but this zone has to do another thing. It has to add a consumption to see, again, ideally we wouldn't need this zone. Ideally, it's just when the power module of this device, collides with this thing, then that charging happens. The problem is that the collider of that isn't a composite collider for the whole thing, which is currently not really relevant, but I think it's a better thing to do anyway, because I want these things to currently act as one entity. And to just change that for this one interaction, I'm not 100% sure, because what if I want other interactions with the power collider in the future? Then it's basically over, because I'm already used up my one collider. So that's why I don't really want to do that. Oh, but then you can, okay, you can. I do like this charging zone. It's linked to this module power. And again, can get rid of these logs because we know that works, so that's fine. Start charging. Stop charging. Oh yeah, we should definitely call it other. There you go. Because that's what we literally made that variable for. Oh, and we don't actually have to initiate it then because we have it ready. Oh, actually, so then we go for this. Wait. This device module fire, this kind. So that should also work. So actually, how do I add a consumer to this update draw? It goes into installed devices. See, that's what it's currently doing. It's checking for installed devices, but it's not checking for connected devices, which is basically all we would need to do. No, we just make a new list. Not only installed devices. So here we would make a list of device. Oh, device. Connected. Wait. We should do our drawing device modules. And when we should just in instead of this, copy this. For each, what's your problem? Expected what? Yeah, there. And then we basically need to add things to that list or remove things from that list. So we have public void. There you go, we got it. Remove, yes, give me those two functions. That's what I need. Now upon installing or upon initializing this module, we can already find all, we can already go that, like, we can, for each, no, it's the one I just, right, for each device module, yes, that's it, there you go. No, we don't need that check, because also power modules also draw power. So currently I changed the code into something where there's a power module carry the list of power module carries a list of all device modules that are drawing power from it, which can be currently two types of device modules. The ones that are installed on the device where the power module is attached to, but it can also be external device modules which are charging, which is what we have here. It makes it a little bit more generic. And we use those functions. Actually, and then here, and then we can set this add power drawing module. And here we remove it. The only downside is that, like, because currently that means that it will only be taking power the size of the idling power. Of course, we can say if the device module power is charging. I think we're making it a little bit too complex, actually. Complex yet generic. Like, it's powerful to make things a bit more general. It allows it to be more flexible. Can we because what we would need to do also is not just that, but we would need to say to this list of oh yeah, also, so we should have a value here. Serialized field, float, charge rate. There you go. And let's call it max charge rate. That's better. 0, yeah, sure. And then if we go to the device module power, no, we need to go to the device. That's where the system is. No, device module, sorry. Here, functional power draw add, and we just say charging. So the power module, the weird part is that we are controlling this from the outside though. Oh no, that's actually easier. We should just set a functional power draw. Yes. But we do need a function for that, right? So public add functional power draw. Yeah, you got it right. No, got it wrong. You got it wrong the first time. Add functional string and float. Yes, add functional. There you go. We need an update one, remove, and we need an update one. Wouldn't say set, I will call it update. Yes, there you go. This is much simpler. And it doesn't relate to the power modules. This remove functional power draw. Because it adds itself to the list, so we don't need to add the other thing to the list. That's not necessary. The thing is though, I think I will leave the code as such, power drawing device, but currently we only do power drawing devices. It's still only the modules, but we'll leave the code because it works and it's a bit more, it makes more sense also. Like, I think this will actually work. I'm not sure. Because the zone will say, look, you have more functional power draw right now because you're doing something, you're charging. So your functional power draw is now the charge rate, but then negative. Oh, I think yeah, no, that should be fine. How do I test this actually? Oh, but there's errors. So let's go see. It stopped charging. Why? Because the charging should still work perfectly fine. Goes by 50, so it should actually go really fast. It's not charging though. Warning, that should be the locomotion issue. Yeah, that's fine. It didn't find its own module type. Why? Weird. Because it worked before, like nothing changed. This was always 0, but that makes sense because... No, not really. Because this happens every time. So we should have way more errors. It was just because at some point it couldn't find it, but then later it did. We should definitely end the stream here. I just want to get this to work and then we'll stop streaming. Just give me a second. Back, sorry. Yeah, but that doesn't make sense at all. That's true. This dot game object, it's a parent of this game object. This game object doesn't have a device. Right, so find the parent game object of this. Get component device. Okay, I'll have to ask. How to find the parent game object in the script of a child game object. This is because the zone is not a module. You can access it to transform.parent. Okay, so transform.parent. Alright, so let's see. Which means this device is this dot transform dot parent dot game object. Yeah, there you go. So that should be it. Come on, and type transform. All right, we were off by. And again, you can always do this by using serialized fields and dragging these things into there. But I really prefer that things are fetched by code, because then you, I wouldn't say you can't make mistakes, but because I just did. But I mean, in the future, it will always find the thing it needs. So we should not have the red one, which we don't, which is nice. Right, so let's move around. Let's get a lot of charge out of there, and now it starts charging. Is this going faster now? Oh no, it's not charging at all. Never mind. So it still doesn't work though. Ah! But we're still down. It's not this. It's game object, then get installed or something. So when you're at the device module level, you can fetch its installed on device by calling get installed on device or something. Set installed on device. Should be able to get. But actually, just a second over this. Yeah, let's just add it because it's good to have it anyway. Public. Let's get. There you go. That's a lot of ways. Oh, hey there. Can't be here. Get you in a minute. Yeah. Game object dot get component dot device module. That's a long thing just to get something. Which is not ideal, but let's just make it work first. Oh shit, sorry. We should copy paste this. Damn. It's a long string to get because we have to go up 2 times. Oh, we don't need to do this anymore though. Pretty sure that we don't need to get the component again because like this is already a script and it's returning the class of the actual script. So that's one we can remove. I'm pretty sure that. All right. Oh, this took way more work than I anticipated, but that's okay. Yes, look at that. Oh my god. All right, so there's one thing wrong here though. Like once it's full, is to stop charging, because now it kept on like charging, like removing power. So we need to check one thing before we start charging. On trigger enter. So when we should have a function here called public void start charging and another one called stop charging. We should like this code goes in here and we say start charging, so it's now in a function, so that's good. And then the same here, stop charging, because we need to call this from other in other ways as well, not just by itself. It also needs to be called, so the device itself can say, hey, you can stop charging because I'm full. So this means that I have a reference. So a power module, if update charge, if the current charge equals max charge, we need to send a message to the charger to stop charging. And then we will need to move out of the zone and back in again to start charging again, which I think is fine. It's like, okay, you stop charging, you will need to reset your connection before I start charging you again. But how do I access that? Because currently a power module does not have a reference to the charging device, which it maybe should. So we could say device module charger. It's a device though, right? But maybe that's for next time. we're getting far in. Let's stop here while we're ahead before we introduce 10 million more bugs. So we can charge, and charging will reduce the charge of the charger. But currently it will not stop the charger from charging, even if our charge is full. Theoretically though, it should stop charging when I move in and out. I would move in. Look, if I do this and move out, it does. So that works. It stops charging. But if I'm full, it will not stop charging because I'm still there. See that? That we should deal with. Well, let's deal with that next time. This works. Let's commit. It's a small piece of work. It's otherwise feet. Because then the next episode we'll finalize this charging, and then we can move on, I think, to the dust collection, which is a very similar system. It's also again it's an extra module, but also with zones. Because when dust particles go into the zone, they get transferred to the storage. So charging devices, it's not completely finished though, so let's not take it off completely, but we should really stop the stream. Beat power again, add charging, add charging and charging zones. Might not still be the best way to implement all of this, but at least it does what it needs to do. And I do think these zones have more uses in general. For other transfer, like any modules that will transfer resources, you need to kind of step into the zone where transfer is possible, in both ways. I think these zones is a class that we definitely think we can use it for other things as well. So maybe we should make that like a, yeah, it's already a different class and a bit more generic, but we'll see. Anyways, thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye.